Okay. But yeah, this is the Fallout What If here. So I gotta do What If Deku had Ultra Instinct 1K sub special because I just reached 1K. And I want you guys to hit the subscribe button. And please do hit the subscribe button. It's like, I understand that you don't want to, but you could still do it by just pressing a few buttons, and that's it. Or if you're just watching the video, just push the subscribe button. But anyway, here's what's going to happen. It's not going to be a quirk. Deku is going to be one of the few males that do have quirks, because all of you guys know that greatness must have greatness. And there is some other ones I'm going to do, like what if Deku's dad was Sebastian from Black Butler, or probably just the reincarnation. It doesn't actually matter. Or probably something. But like I said, I gotta do my old ones. And the reason why I've been doing one freaking what if per day over like the past 2 days, and it's mostly because I was also like doing a live stream. So I understand if you guys are upset, but hey. So, let's see. Okay. So what happens is this. Deku, as a child, had this ultimate power within him. And he doesn't know what it is. He was born with it. It was so hot that even Inko felt this overwhelming power within her. She thought that she grew a new type of ability within her telekinesis. And no. Deku's freaking body, or no. Deku's freaking hair was just not silvered, but it had that freaking it was like it shaded the freaking green, so it was like extra green, or I don't know how to say it. It was just basically Ultra Instinct Omen. That was at first that was what first happened, and then it disappeared. Why? Well, because Deku can't handle Ultra Instinct, and there's going to be three. Hold on, Krillin, Master Roshi, Goku, and freaking Vegeta. Alright. So here's what happens. Deku is born. His father's Hiyashi, and his mother is freaking what's her face? Inko, yeah. So that happens, and Deku is crying, but it sounds much more raw. It sounds like a freaking monster. Or something like that. And Deku is trying his best not to do anything, because right now all it just wants is its mom. But it's feeling like angry or something because it's not having its mom. Somebody's carrying him, but he doesn't feel like his mother. So, what's called Inko said, "Let me just hold him, please." And the doctors let them. After that, Deku calmed down a lot. Now, what does happen is Deku, at the age of 4, is able to dodge a lot of stuff, even if he's not in Ultra Instinct Omen or Mastered Ultra Instinct, because Deku has like the side effects within it, which since he already unlocked Ultra Instinct, he's able to actually just dodge or defend himself naturally. It's a mechanism used. It's a weird mechanism in his body. Alright? Pretty much it. So, like I said, here's the thing. The whole classroom's going to be girls except for Mineta. And let's see, who else? Koda, because 5% of the population that are male have quirks. The rest are women. Why? Well, because it's mostly due to effect of genetic makings, which men are slowly but surely getting are having quirks. But the thing is that freaking what was it called? Because right now they're at a decline and they're slowly just rising up again. That's why they don't have freaking quirks. So yeah, it doesn't mean the men are weak though in the freaking on freaking Earth. It just means that they don't have quirks. So what they don't have in freaking quirks or power, they make up for it in speed, strength, and all that. So basically, it's balanced out to a degree. I'm not going to say that what's called somebody can beat Mount Lady, or probably they can. I don't really know, but the few people who do have quirks, I'm going to give it to Mineta. I'm going to make Mineta a guy because I don't want to have this whole freaking No, you know what? All his classroom except for Coda, freaking pretty much it, right there. No, let's just make them all girls. Yeah, pretty much it. Now, the girls bully Deku, and it's Bakugo as well. And Bakugo tries to hit him all the time, tries to explode him or something, but he just dodges. The fact that people look at him and say that he has a cool quirk, but the fact that he's a quirk, even though he has a quirk, they think that he's not going to make it just because he's a boy. Some people have that mentality, but a lot of people don't have the mentality of that. They just think, oh wow, he just has a quirk, cool. He's a lucky one. But no, Deku doesn't have a quirk. He has a power that is above the realm of the gods themselves. He is an angel level. He has the powers of an angel. Or just basically, he only has Ultra Instinct right now. Now, how does Goku and Krillin and the rest of the people go? Well, here's the thing. All of them are dead. Except for Goku, which he looks like Paragus, except for the freaking, well, yeah, he looks like Paragus except for the scar, and basically just the hair, the hairstyle. And Vegeta is the god of war. I mean, the god of destruction. So, sheesh. Yeah. He is the god of destruction. And why? Well, because of him promising Whis to, make him a god. The first time he ever was trained, he got trained by freaking Whis. He said, I will take the freaking... What is that thing called? I will become a god if you train me. So yeah, they made Whis and freaking Vegeta made the deal. Now he's the god of destruction. And freaking Krillin and Master Roshi, they're still alive because... And I guess you could say Android 18, due to the fact that she's an android. But mostly, we're talking about Krillin and Roshi. Now, these two basically still drink the water, like the divine water or something like that. So yeah, pretty much, those two are old. But Krillin still looks okay. But Roshi looks just basically like an old geezer. Pretty much it right there. I'm not going to say that say much, but yeah. What happens is this: Goku senses Deku's energy, and he teleports, and he's in the playground where there's kids bullying. Where there's these 3 kids that are bullying these 2 kids, and the girls are picking on this one kid. Let's say it's Shinso. All right. And Deku just says, hey, just get out right now. I can handle these 3. And freaking Bakugo says, what are you going to do, huh? All you're going to do is just dodge and move away. And this is when Deku says, you're right. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to punch you just because you're a girl. And she says, oh, wow, you're going to punch a girl, huh? And he says... It doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy. All that matters is the heart. And your heart right now is as black as I don't know, as black as, I don't really know, just, you have a black heart. And Bakugo just says, what'd you say? And she tries to punch Deku, but Deku's already behind her and pushes her. Now, she goes away from a couple of meters, and Deku does a double kick, or kicks freaking the chick with horns and a tail and wings. And the long fingers girl tries to grab him, but Deku already grabbed her fingers and basically did it to a point where she can't move her fingers at all. Basically, they're stuck together. Bakugo says, "You're gonna pay for that, Deku." And Deku says, "Alright, then, go ahead." And Deku just goes and just says, "You really don't learn, do you?" And he basically just goes around her and smacks her in the face. Just slaps her. And Bakugo says, and she basically cries and says, "I'll get you, Deku." And yeah, pretty much it. Now, the reason why Bakugo hates him is because, here's the thing. She liked Deku before. She liked him, but because Deku says, "No, I think of us as friends. And besides, you're pretty much rude to a lot of people." And basically her heart was crushed. And, you know, just like that simplistic, like kids having crush, she just basically bullied Deku due to the fact that, yeah, pretty much she broke her heart for the very first time. And Goku is right there and says, "Hi, my name's Goku." And freaking Deku's like, my name's Izuku Midoriya." And Goku says, "Wow, it was pretty exhilarating to see you just do all that." And Deku says, "Yeah, I don't know, about that. It's just, basically defense." And Goku just says, "Yeah, but looking at how you fought and how you were dodging, it seemed pretty familiar to when I was younger." And Deku says, "What do you mean?" Goku says, "Well, back then I used to have this power, or I still do, but it's hard to use these days." Pretty much old age, I guess. But what happened was this. I have these weird abilities which can make me dodge and basically block all attacks. And looking at you right now, I can sense that there's a little bit of heat coming to inside your body." And Deku says, yeah, it pretty much happens when I go into this weird little form." And he just unleashes Ultra Instinct. Not mastered, but just Ultra Instinct. And Goku just says, "Wait, what? You have Ultra Instinct?" And Vegeta senses this because this is a powerful thing. Even though it's in defense mode, it still harbors a lot of energy. But Deku says, "Yeah, but I really can't use it all the time due to the fact that my body isn't very strong, I guess, or maybe I'm just too weak. Yeah, for some reason, this power feels so natural, I guess." And Goku says, "Well, young man, I'm going to help you out then. It will be hard. Besides, it's not every day I get to see something like this." And Deku says, "Wait, what do you mean?" And he says, "Well, not a lot of people have this. And I can tell you right now, it's not a quirk." And Deku says, "So it's not a quirk?" Because he doesn't even know this himself. He thinks it's just some kind of like basic quirk that can make him dodge. And he says, No, child. It's much more better than that. For years, in the cosmos, there has been this... Well, there are these people around the universe, around several universes, that are known as angels. They have the power to go and use Ultra Instinct, which is what you have. And Deku says, "What is that?" And Goku says, "Well, Ultra Instinct is this power, something that needs to be controlled, but for some reason you have the power to control it." And he says, "So what happens now?" And he says, "Well, let me just finish the story. For years, I've trained with an I've trained all my life. Well, for all these years, I trained all my life, and I gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. But my body wasn't always capable of doing this. I was probably, I don't know when Goku got into the Tournament of Arc, the Tournament of Power. I think he was like 43 or 44. Let's say he was 40 years old, because Kefla called him an old man, so that means that he was he was probably 40. And if not, just tell me how old he was. But anyway, I was 40 years old until, and even then, all I could do was just basically go into that form. It was only until probably after I pushed my body to its maximum limits that I discovered a new kind of power that the angels know themselves. It was called Mastered Ultra Instinct. And I'm going to put a third form in this one, and it's just basically like the ultimate of ultimate powers. And how you say it? Goku just says, "Look, this is a weird power, and it's not to be taken lightly. You must have, you were probably born with this power, but it doesn't mean that it's easily controlled. You said it yourself that you're not strong enough to control it, right?" Deku says, "Yeah, but..." And Goku says, "Give me a minute here." And then, in a shocking twist of fate, Goku just transforms into an... what's it called? Hold on. He says, "Here's what's going to happen." And he basically turns into a Super Saiyan God. And after that, he says, "Do you feel this energy?" And Deku says, "No, I don't. I could feel something, but it's so hard." And Goku says, "This is called Super Saiyan God." And then he kicks it up a notch, and then turns Super Saiyan Blue. And he says this is what happens to us, let's see, a Saiyan that can turn Super... It's the Super Saiyan version of a Super Saiyan God. And Deku says, "Wait, what?" And then he has to tell him about what are Super Saiyans. And then he had to show him his Super Saiyan forms. And Deku says, "Oh, wow, so it looks like, old man, this kind of sounds confusing." But Goku says, "Oh, don't worry. It's just a much more powerful..." Let's just say this. Super Saiyan God is just basically Super Saiyan God. It's normal because of my hair. You see, when I have my hair, what's called... If I'm normal, then it looks the same as when I turn Super Saiyan God. But when I go Super Saiyan, and I go Super Saiyan Blue, it basically looks like that hairstyle. Do you see what I'm trying to say?" And Deku just says, "Yeah, I kind of do. It's not easy to think about, but yeah." And Goku says, "Well, that's nice to know. Now anyway, here's the thing. I'm going to go beyond the limits of Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God. So, you ready?" Deku says, "Yeah, this is going to be fun, right?" And Goku says, "Yeah, this will be fun." And Goku's kind of happy. And then he turns into a He turns to Ultra Instinct mode. Ultra Instinct Domin. And basically Deku feels this freaking heat around him. And he's all like, "This is what's called Ultra Instinct." Well, they call it Omen, but it's basically the same thing. You see, my power right now is not detectable. All you can feel is a heat. So, that having said that, my body can go beyond its limits. Deku says, so, that's it? And Goku says, no, no, child. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And then he gets mad and yells very loudly. And then he shows Ultra Instinct. Hold on, Master Ultra Instinct. I don't have like the freaking song, so that 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 that. You know, something like that. So, Deku just feels this heat even is becoming much more unbearable. He's like, Mister, my it's pretty much hurting me. And Goku just said, oh, yeah, that's kind of, I'm sorry, kid. I forgot that this is something that was called people within probably a couple of meters can only handle. But I gotta say, you handled it pretty well. Although it was unbearable in the very end, you still didn't die. Which means that you probably have a grasp of it in your body or something. And Deku says, oh, wow. So, he says, why don't you join me on an adventure? And Deku says, but my parents, and Goku just says, oh, we'll be fine. Don't worry. Plus, I'll just leave a note right here. He gets a piece of paper and a pen, starts writing it, and just puts some, what's called a sticker on there. And yeah. Now, over the next 2 days, what's called Inko and freaking Hiyashi don't know where he is. But this is when Goku has shown him Krillin and freaking Roshi. Them teaching him a bunch of stuff. And guess what? Freaking, he's going to learn the Destructo Disc, the Kaioken, and also one that I heard that people have said before, which is called the Eloken. It's basically a downgrade, or it's like a version of it's a better version of the freaking Kaioken, which doesn't hurt your body. Instead, it actually stops it from like feeling pain or something. Basically, you can use this form and not have any like any withdrawals to the body. Master Roshi pretty much teaches them about women and what girls look like and how girls' bodies, you know, being a pervert. Android 18 smacking him in the head, basically knocking him out. This is when Vegeta actually comes in and does this whole, what are you guys doing over here? I told you not to use Ultra Instinct like that, Kakarot. And freaking Goku just says, oh, sorry, Vegeta. But there's actually something I want to tell you. And Vegeta says, what is it? And this is when he says, look, this kid can use Ultra Instinct. And he says, wait, what? What are you talking about, Kakarot? And Goku just says, hey, Deku, show him that form that was called, I showed you a couple of days ago. And he says, you mean the one I use? And he says, yeah. And Vegeta's getting a little curious, and he says, could you stop playing around with children, Kakarot? Honestly, I don't know why you... And Deku just basically yells and turns into Ultra Instinct mode. Ultra Instinct Omen. This is when he says, wait, what? Kakarot, what's happened here? Is he your love child? And Deku's all like, no, he's not my dad or anything. He's just, how do I see, or... Basically, the whole, the explanation goes on, Goku explaining to him that he somewhat had Ultra Instinct when he was born. And basically all that happens is Vegeta's shocked, tells Deku that if he ever wants to train with him, to just just to let him know, because he wants to teach you some cool moves. And Goku has taught him a few moves, the Kamehameha, basically the Kaioken, which Deku is going to learn both the Kaioken and the Eloken, just because, how you say it, Goku's teaching him. He's going to learn the Spirit Bomb, but here's the thing. When Deku has the Spirit Bomb, and he's in Ultra Instinct mode, he can forcefully take energy away from people. I know, it's not what happens in the anime, or what happens in the mangas, but I'm just saying it's a side effect. Or it's a rushed version of the freaking Spirit Bomb. Not only that, he's going to learn how to do air punches. Let's see, he's going to learn a new trick with the Destructo Disc. Basically, each finger he has the Destructo Disc that are so small, but when he throws it, they basically turn big, and they can cut. They're basically a much more advanced version of the, freaking Destructo Disc. Now, Deku learns all this stuff and goes home, riding on the flying Nimbus. Why would you say that? Well, because here's the thing. Goku says, well, Deku, there's pretty much nothing I could show you anymore. And, you pretty much did a lot good. Or you did pretty good, being trained by me. Although it was pretty much hard to just do it all in 2 days. You pretty much mastered at least a good 4 of them. Which was basically the Destructo Disc, the Kamehameha, the Kaioken, and the Spirit Bomb. I know it took a lot longer, but Deku is much more smarter than Goku, and he can control his ki much more efficiently. Not only that, freaking Ultra Instinct is basically like a autopilot for his moves. So when he does it, he basically just does it by instinct. Ultra Instinct. Now, freaking Vegeta is curious now on how strong this kid is. To just be born with it is unheard of. And he talks to Whis and says, Whis, how have I not heard of this before? And he says, well, Lord Vegeta, here's what's happened. He must have had what's called somebody who's used Ultra Instinct before in his bloodline, or he probably did it when he was a child, or when he was in his mother's womb. I don't actually know myself. This is an occurrence that never happened before. But I can tell you this. This is pretty much one of the most funny. This is going to be one of the most interesting things that I've seen in quite a while, my lord. And Vegeta says, you're right. This will be interesting. And guess what? Deku's going to learn the instant transmission due to the fact that it's very cool to use. Now, he's not going to learn it by teleporting just place to place. No, he just he teleports when he senses somebody's ki. That's pretty much it. Now, over the next 8 years, Deku has been training himself to the limits. Because after Deku had his own little fiasco with Inko and Hiyashi, Deku just says that he's trained under he knows what this is. And he tells them that nobody can learn about this, because this is a power that nobody's heard of, and he doesn't want to get freaking experimented on. So over the years, people have heard of the person who's fought people before by dodging, ducking, and basically punching and kicking. And he's heard of them using some blue energy waves, a weird CD like yellowy, glowy thingy that they're just saying. And yeah, pretty much it. He has mastered Ultra Instinct and mastered Ultra Instinct, but it's hard because even so, the body gets taxed, and he's if he has to just go on his lowest form, he basically uses Kaioken. Then he goes a step above that and uses the Eloken. Now, having said all that, Goku, Deku, and Goku, Krillin, and Master Roshi actually used the freaking Dragon Balls to become young. Well, wait a minute, Fallout. Why would they do that? Well, here's the thing. Goku wants to fight Deku, and he wants Krillin to see what's going to happen, and basically all of them are young. Basically, they're like their old selves, but Goku's around, let's say, 20? No, not 20, that's too young. Let's say probably a good 28. Krillin being, I think, 29. 18 just being the same way. I say Master Roshi looking a bit more youthful. Let's say he looks like his old, how he looks when he was, like, very young. Because, like I said, I want all these characters to be, like, they're probably going to be needed very soon. Not only that, Vegeta sees this and he's like, that damn Kakarot. I told him not to use the Dragon Balls for just fun in games. And Whis just calms him down by saying, well, my lord, they're probably just using it so that way they can experience the powers of Ultra Instinct, or basically fight him and train him, which they do. Now, Deku freaking does his whole thing. Bakugo says, I'm going to be the #1 hero. None of you guys can stop me. And Deku says, maybe only I can. And he's just basically eating miso soup. Why? Well, because Deku somewhat got this, like, how do I say it? Deku, how do I say it? Got the freaking eating habit from Goku, which their mother and father, as long as they can pay for it, they're like, okay, sweetie, don't eat all this, don't eat too much. And basically, Deku's dad's like, oh, geez, you're going to kill me one day. And this is when he goes to freaking Goku and just says, hey, do you guys have any spare food? And because Goku has Capsule Corp, well, not Capsule Corp, because he, Bulma, well, basically, she's still alive, just due to the fact that she's been using the Dragon Balls like that. They're saying, I just wish to be young, and I'm going to be immortal this way. But she does go with Vegeta from time to time, due to the fact they're still a couple. Now, everybody is mostly dead. Everybody, because years have passed. How you say it? Age sometimes works differently on other. Oh, actually, let's say this. Yamcha lives somewhere, but he's pretty much just shaved his head. Due to the fact that, yeah, he doesn't have any more hair. He's old. But he's lived a happy life. Let's say this. He has a wife and 2 kids. Yeah, pretty much give Yamcha a good life. Yajirobe's dead. Korin is dead. I don't know if they're always going to be dead. But yeah, there's mostly all dead. So yeah. Now anyway, freaking Bakugo was said, wait, what'd you say? And Deku says, you heard me. I'm going to be the #1 hero. Not only that, I'm going to be the #1 martial artist. And she says, martial artist? And Deku says, yeah. Over the last 8 years of my life, I've trained my body to become what it is. And no one's going to stop me. No matter what, I will ascend above the gods themselves. And he's pretty much talking like Vegeta, because he's He's actually have trained by Vegeta before, and Vegeta's okay with him. He actually respects Deku because of his training, and pretty much that. Now, here's the thing: Goku, freaking Vegeta, what's his face, Broly. Let's see, Majin Buu. They all have Ultra Instinct. Or at least freaking Majin Buu has the freaking Omen. Because he's trained before and he's trained with the gods themselves. Just to see how strong Buu can actually become. Broly because he's trained with Goku and Vegeta. And Vegeta because he's trained with Goku and has fought Moro. I believe that's how it worked in the anime, or the manga, I'm not pretty much sure. So anyway, freaking he says I've trained for a very long time. I've honed my skills to the maximum, and I'm going to go even above that. Now, you may not see it, but I'm pretty much a threat to you. And even so, I just want to be a hero so I can help people out. Not so I can get a shout out or anything. And she's like, you dare you talk to me like that? And she tries to freaking blow him up, but Deku, with his chopsticks, basically grabs her hand and puts it to her face, her exploding herself and basically knocked out. Freaking Deku says, well, I gotta go. And yeah. So anyway, you guys. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. The whole freaking sludge villain thing happens. Deku just actually doing an air palm or an air fist. Basically, the air fist goes through the freaking sludge villain. Sludge villain has not that much, doesn't have that much sludge anymore. Deku puts it in a container. Deku puts it in a container. All Might grabs it and says, wait a minute, who did that? I felt that wind. Wait a minute, was it a wind quirk or somebody using a wind quirk? It doesn't matter anymore. Well, sludge villain, I've captured you. And the sludge villain says, no, you didn't. A kid with green hair did. And he said, and All Might says, wait, green hair? And he says, yes, green hair. He had a school suit or a school uniform on. Not only that, he had freckles. And he looks like he has scars on his fingers. And All Might's like, well, Mr. Villain? Hold on. Well, Mr. Villain. Hold on. Well, Mr. Villain, it seems that you helped me once again. Now, it's time to put you back into the arms of justice herself. Sludgeon's like, yeah, always mumbling and talking and stuff. And basically all that happens, and Deku's going to UA, and that's it for right now. Because the 10-month period, he is trained with freaking Whis himself. Now, I'm going to leave it off here. Like, comment, and do subscribe to the channel, people. I've got 1K subs, and now I'm reaching up to the... now I want to go even above that. Help me raise my limits and break them. This is the Fallout Wood if you're here, people. And like I said, bye.